Alright, so we're going to diagram this out so that you could see what it is that I'm doing. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 bar of music. Okay? Impeach the President requires you to drop on the 1 if you're gonna launch the song from the start, from the beginning, because it starts on a 1, okay? But not every song starts on a 1. That's very important for you to remember. What I want us to do is this. I'm gonna play the song on the right turntable. It's called Love Rap by Spoonie G. And I want you to tell me, where does it start? I'm gonna play it a few times and let it roll so you could just build a relationship with the track.
Where the 1 is or where it starts?
I want you to tell me like where does this start? Where does the song start? On a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, or even in between?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like do-doom.
But where does the song? Not in the middle. I let it roll on just so you could get. I let it roll on so you could build a relationship with the music,
tempo
right, and get the tempo and all that, and a feel for the sequence of the drums. But all I'm concerned with right now is where does Love Rap start? All right. You know what that is? Don't even overthink it. Don't even overthink it. So do the count. Do the count and see. Do it again.
Is it like on the 1? Is it like on the 2 or something?
It's a 1.
It's a 1?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So I'm asking you, where does the song start with regards to this bar of music?
Okay.
Does it start on a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 1 and, a 2 and? Let's do it again. Starts on a 1. Right. So if you were dropping Love Rap on the left turntable, you're queuing up the 1, and where would you drop it?
On the 1.
On a 1, exactly. Okay. Where does this start?
Bust it.
Actually, let me rephrase that question. Where is the 1? When I start the song, I want you to tell me where the 1 is. Like, point to the record. All right. Here we go.
Bust it.
Right.
Yeah. Bust it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then, does it start on a 1?
Probably a 2, right?
But let me ask you this: does it start on a 1? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. This is the start.
Bust it.
And you said the 1 comes in after.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't start on
the 1. The 1 on the beat. Yeah.
Right. But we gotta be
2.
We gotta be clear on this, right?
The record versus the beat.
The song
starts here, but the 1
is after.
Like here.
Is after. So the words Young MC doesn't say bust it on a 1.
Right.
Right? Because if you thought that it did, this is what the drops would sound like.
Bust it. Bust it.
Does that sound on beat to you?
Bust it.
Does that sound on beat? No, right? And I'm dropping the bust it on a 1. That's what the typical novice.
You gotta drop it on the 4 here, or on the.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It is a 4.
Okay.
The bust it is a 4.
Yeah.
And the average DJ, you'll be surprised, dude. Wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
The average DJ that you go out and see play live at bars, in and around New York City, across the country, overseas, on YouTube, will treat that like a 1, and they'll just scratch in any sound that they hear at the start point of a song, because they're accustomed to hearing the concept of dropping on the 1.
Right.
They don't really stop to think that, well, is this on time though?
Yeah.
They just assume, well, I was taught to drop on the 1, so any sound that I hear, I'm just gonna drop on the 1, and that's incorrect. Okay, so especially with that. So what's gonna happen if you become one of those DJs? You'll be playing out and getting paid, but you're gonna be disrupting the dance floor.
Like the dance floor.
Right? How are they gonna find a groove, a pocket to dance to if you're constantly dropping the bus it, which is a 4 on a 1, right? So the proper way to scratch this in or drop it would be
Bust it. Bust it.
see how that's more
Bust it. Bust it.
makes sense?
Yeah, because it sounds exactly the same going back and forth.
Right. So what's happening is, let's just draw this out.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have turntable 1 and turntable 2. So we have our bars, right? Song is playing. Both of these songs have Young MC on them, right? Turntable 1, turntable 2. You dropped Bust It, which is a 4, right? So technically,
Here, like
the song starts there, 4, 1. So then when you drop Bust It on the second turntable, you gotta make sure
You drop it here.
that you drop here, or let's say
okay,
here,
yeah, 2
right?
bars.
Let's say you let 2 bars play
Yeah.
out. You wanna drop it here, Bust It, 1. And then you achieve
The same thing that
right
started.
alignment. That's the whole objective, is you want alignment. Okay, let's just do it again.
Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it.
Right, you can keep counting.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do now is, instead of dropping on a 1, drop on a 4 on Young MC's Bust a Move, and just see if your brain is able to
Register.
distinguish, the 1 from the 4 and still drop on time.
Right.
Okay?
Cool.
Just gonna cue you up to make it go a little faster. Oh, cool. All right. Oh, let me get your volume. Okay.
Good.
Bust it. Bust it.
That was right. That was right. That was right. Don't overthink it.
Okay, I see it.
Try to make quicker reactions.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so here's what's happening.
Is it you put the fader in the middle to get it, and then you move it over when the 1 hits, right?
Or you could just move it over as soon as you release the record.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay.
Because you're just playing it from the 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
All
That's
right.
what's fucking me.
Here's another thing that I'm seeing that's an issue with you. Right now, you're really in your brain because you want to do it the right way,
Right.
But you got to be careful, because if you're in your brain, you're gonna count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, but then move after the 4.
Okay.
And that's what you were doing.
Being late.
You were being late because you were so in your head about what you're doing. Relax. Just listen to the music and react as fast as you can.
Okay, cool.
All right? So avoid being so focused that you're counting, but then physically you're reacting
Stiff.
late. Yeah, you're stiff. All right?
All right, cool.
Bust it. Bust it.
That's better.
Oh, didn't move the fader.
Bust it.
You were late there.
Bust it.
Relate. Yeah.
Bust it.
That was better.
Bust it.
There you go.
Bust it. Bust it.
Nice.
Bust it.
Good shit. That was good.
I realized like that I was letting go on time, but I wasn't looking at this to see
The mark.
Yeah, when I was dropping, so I was like coming in late.
And then what happened?
And then I started looking at it, and I was like, all right, I need to let go, like just before the one, so the vinyl has momentum to hit the one on the
Or the 4, you mean?
on the 4.
Mhm.
So the vinyl has time to like hit the or has momentum like hit the 4 on time.
And then line up with the
Yeah,
1.
with the 1.
Right. So when you started off, it was a little shaky.
Very shaky.
And then you kind of like were able to process and multitask better once you realized that your eyes were going to help you.
Right.
And you started looking at the mark. It helped you process the steps of dropping on the 4
Right.
easier. So remember to engage your eyes, the physicalness of the touch of the record, and your ears listening. Okay? All right, so we dropped on the 4, and that was pretty smooth. Let's go back to this diagram here. So these are quarter notes, all right? Think of this as, think of the bar as $1. And then within the dollar, you have 4 quarters, right? So each beat within the bar represents quarter notes. Okay? Now, if you have quarter notes within a bar, it's important for you to realize that these spaces represent something as well. It's not just quarter notes within a bar. You have songs that start in between the quarter notes. Do you know what? Let's say there's a song that you're starting and it starts here. That would be a 3 and. Do you know what note would that be then? Any idea?
Is it like an 8th note?
Correct. Good shit. It's an 8th note. So this is an 8th note.
A lot of like hi-hats and stuff like that.
Right.
I feel-
Right. Exactly. The in-between parts.
But it could be anything, I guess.
Right. It could be a word.
Yeah.
Let's examine that together.
Get down.
Doom, doom. That part?
No, the beginning.
Oh, okay.
The
okay.
beginning.
Okay.
Where I dropped it.
Get down.
So what would that be? You could tell by where the 1 drops. You could kind of
count
figure
back,
out,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
kind of count backwards.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Yeah, let's try it again.
Get down.
Is that like a 2 end?
Almost. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Get down.
3 end?
It's a 3
It's a
and.
3 end?
Good shit.
So it's 3 and a get down.
No.
Or
Well,
3 and a 4 and a get
Right,
down.
exactly. Well, 3 and a 4 and a 1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And a 1.
Yeah.
Because it starts with the get down.
With the okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And if I'm confusing you, let
No.
me know.
I,
All right.
I understand.
1 and 2 and 3
Get
and
down.
1 and 2 and 3
Get
and
down.
4 and 1.
Yeah, okay.
So the 4
And
is a
boom.
down,
Yeah.
and then you hear the 1. Let's get this diagram here. So now we're gonna go here, right? The 3 and. One and 2 and 3
Get
and
down.
4 and 1. You see how the 1 comes in? So it's a 3 and drop. Let's see if you could get that alignment going
On both?
on both sides.
Okay.
Just watch me do it first.
Yeah.
Get down.
Mouth where I would drop it.
And
Right. Exactly. See, and say the word. Right.
Get down.
Right. Right.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, that was on a 4.
Oh, that's 4.
Get down.
Okay.
Right. Go with me. Right.
Get down.
Do it again.
Get down. Get down.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're not dropping on a 4. This is a 3 and.
Or 3. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay, cool.
Get down. Get down.
Early.
A little early. You rushed it.
Get down.
Nice.
Get down.
Late. Yeah.
Get down.
Nice.
Get down.
Nope. So here's what's happening.
I just dropped on the 1, right? Or no?
I wasn't paying attention to where exactly you dropped. I was listening for the 3 and.
Right,
And I
right.
just know you were
I was
late.
far late.
Yeah. Your issue is you're not giving yourself enough time to harmonize with the beat. Like you're trying to drop too fast, and you're not at that level where you could process listening
That
as you're
quickly.
rewinding.
Yeah.
So chill. Like
Yeah.
rewind and fine. Focus on the rewind. Once you get to the top of the get, then start listening.
Center.
Center your focus on hearing the sequence of the drums and then drop. You're doing it on the left turntable. For some reason on the right you're rushing. You're not giving yourself enough time to process the drum sequence. All right, I could rewind and listen at the same time, but
of course.
I'm more experienced in listening. Just chill. Like, so what I want you to do is drop,
Get down.
cue up, compose yourself, listen, and then get ready for the drop.
Get down.
Rewind, cue up, stop, compose yourself, listen, get ready for the drop.
Get down.
Like try to have like an order, a routine to it.
Right.
Don't just spaz out and just drop and focus on just the task of dropping. It's dropping on beat. All right. Remember, this is a 3 and. It's not a 1. So there's more carefulness that needs to go into it, or else you're gonna disrupt the dance floor.
Right.
All right. So let's try that again.
Get down. Get down.
That was better.
Push though, right?
No, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad.
Get down.
Nice.
it's one of those you can just if you don't find it right away and then start like keeping track, you just miss it.
You miss it. So then you gotta wait.
You miss it as you miss it.
Right. As you miss it, and then you gotta wait for the next bar to loop around.
Which sometimes could mean going into a different section of the song.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
It's better to drop on beat and be patient and just let the next bar loop around and not drop on beat, and then you're disrupting the dance floor.
Right.
Okay? Okay. So we were dropping Don't Tell It. Where?
On the 3 end.
Correct. And we said what note was that?
An 8th note.
This was an 8th note. Right? And what are these?
Quarter notes.
These are quarter notes. Any idea what this is? Wait, let me turn the volume up.
Like where the 1 is?
Well, I'm not worried about where the 1 is on any of the songs we've been practicing on.
Where the song starts.
I'm worried about where the song starts. I'm worried about where the song starts. Exactly. So what does this start on? I'm gonna just play it, and we're gonna build a relationship with the song. All right.
Cool. Is it a 2?
No.
No.
How about this? I'm gonna drop it.
I don't know what the tempo of it is. Is it like 1, 2, 3?
No. It's straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it on the left turntable, and then drop it on the right, and we'll see if you could
Pick out where.
decode where the drop starts. Any idea?
I feel for some of these like 4 and then it goes into the song, but or it goes into the 1. But I don't think that's it.
All right, try this. It's okay.
Yeah.
Try this. Count out loud.
Where? Okay.
As you hear the beat, the sequence playing, and when you count, try to split your attention and focus on where I released the record during your counts. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Is it 3 and?
Nope. Let's try it again. 1.
Wait,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God, is it 4 and? I have no idea. Holy
So
shit.
first,
I thought it was a 3 and.
you thought it was a 3
Yeah.
and then you're like, is it a 4 and? Now, this is the interesting thing. Check it out.
Is it 4E and like is it like
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's why I was like, this is fucking me up. Like,
Exactly. That's the issue.
Yeah. E and
Right. So what is it? If it's so we have
so it's 4E.
It's not 4E.
It's 3E.
No. Look. So look. Let's just condense this more. We're gonna talk about the third bar into the fourth bar. All right. So 3 E and 4. 3 E and a 4. Right? I'm gonna drop it again and see if you could decode where the drop happens.
Okay.
I said it's not the and, right? And it's not the E.
It's gotta be a 4 and?
It's a 3
Okay, so it's like, no, I'm sorry, I was counting backwards. So like, it's 3 E and a 4 and.
Right, exactly. 3 E and
4 and 1.
4 and 1,
Okay.
right, exactly. You see how, like specific and super complicated dropping can get depending on the song that you have.
Yeah. And
right.
Like if you're not familiar with the song and you like maybe you have a new song that like was just recently released like,
and someone requests it and you have it and you're not familiar with being able to process things like this, you could be dropping in the wrong spots. Yeah. I have a student that admitted to me that there was a song, it's a Kanye West song where it starts like we do at this time. And the like is 1 and 2 and 3 like we do with it's a 3 and.
Yeah.
It's a 3 and she didn't realize it and she would drop it like on a 1. And she would tell me like, I remember she told me when she would do this live, it always sounded weird to her, but she just kind of kept doing it that way because that's what she's used to doing, dropping on the 1, but not every song starts on a 1.
I've seen DJs like not even deal with it at all and just do like a full vinyl spin and then start.
Right, and that's being lazy.
Right.
See, if you're having to rewind or do an effect with the mixer or drop an air horn before your launch of a song, then you're being lazy and you're really not a DJ.
Right.
You know what I mean? A DJ understands all of this logic behind the task of looping beats and transitioning from one song to the next and mixing.
Then you can move on to the other stuff.
Right, exactly. Then you move on to the flashy air horns, the rewinds, whatever the case is. But understand these basics first. So we're dropping "Take Me to the Mardi Gras" on the 3 not the 3 and not the 3 E. Okay. Again, not every song starts on a 1, and we just proved it with "Take Me to Mardi Gras."
I can take a picture of this.
Yeah, hell yeah. Right? So the drop is there. Let me do that again for you. You know how like jazz musicians, they'll count 1 and the 2 and the 3 and that's what this is. This is a jazz song. And that's what the first that little snare drum here, that's a of the 3. So 1 and the 2 and the 3 and it's quick. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and all right? Look what happens if I drop it on the end. Did that sound on beat to you? It sounded rushed. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna drop it on the end of 3. See how it's just.
It's funny that you do it like that because I feel like I've heard this mixed like that.
I'm not surprised.
No, like I've actually
Yeah.
and like I've heard
Yeah.
it mixed like that for sure.
You see the minute difference between the and the how it'll totally throw off the timing. Now I'm gonna drop it appropriately on the 3 So if Don't Tell It, the song we were dropping on before Take Me to Mardi Gras, is an 8th note, and the Take Me to Mardi Gras drop is on the 3 what does that make this drop?
A 16th.
A 16th, exactly. This is a 16th note drop. All right. Now, obviously, dude, when you're DJing, you're not gonna think I have a 16th note drop and I gotta place it on the 16th of this bar.
Right.
You're not gonna be thinking about that. It's just good to understand what's
of course,
happening,
of
right?
course.
But when you're doing this live,
You could
if you-
recognize it without thinking about
you
it.
could recognize it without thinking. Your instincts are guiding you, but you gotta cultivate all that by sitting down and analyzing the music.
Right.
You know. So now you're gonna drop on the 16th note of the 3 Shit. Woo.
Early.
She got the front of it down. Good shit. Your drops
Yeah, that
were
one-
damn near perfect.
Yeah, that one felt way better.
Dude, I know people that have been DJing since 1980 that can't drop this song on beat. I kid you not. I kid you not. I'm not gonna say the guy's name
Yeah.
because we're recording this. But me and my friends laugh about this. This guy's been DJing since like 1980, dude.
Just
Fucking
can never do it.
and can never drop this beat on the of 3. His timing's just off because it's hard for him to process the grabbing of the record, the grabbing of the fader, and then listening. You're doing it easier whether you realize it or not.
Also, I going back to what you were saying, like using like your intuition or whatever to like count in your head without being like 1 in and 2
Right,
in.
exactly.
Like I was just like feeling
Feeling it.
Maybe it's because it's easier to drop on a or on a 4 than it was for me on a
3 and?
Yeah, 3 and like maybe that's just what it was, but no, that I was like feeling that one as opposed to like what I was doing with the other one. But it's good to count it at first I don't know.
Well, it's okay to count it in this environment.
Right.
You're at my house. You want to make sense of the task.
Right.
But there has to come a point where this happens
Not even a thing.
subconsciously.
Right.
Your subconscious does everything better than your conscious mind. So if I asked you to go to the kitchen and get me a glass of water, you're not gonna think, I gotta turn my body right now,
Right.
and now I gotta move my right leg to get to the door, but I also gotta move my left leg. Like, it's just gonna take too long if you compute every single step. You subconsciously turn, walk, go, you look at the fucking refrigerator, you open it, like you do it. It's like you're thinking but not thinking, and that's how you have to apply this task. Is in the beginning you want to make sense of everything. That's why we went through writing everything down,
Right,
explaining it all. But then you gotta get it a part of your subconscious where you're just doing shit on autopilot. You know what I mean? And it's not as much thinking.
That's where your like creativity and like flow can come from.
Once you have it
Right.
autopilot, then the creativity comes.
Right.
Because you're not thinking about the process, and you're allowing the creative part of your mind to now get cool or become cool with the process and get like more flashy. All right?